So we are going to be talking about the lyrics behind Full Bloom, which is one of my favorite songs, if not the favorite, but don't tell the other songs, um, of all of No Handouts. And so for Full Bloom, I tell this story quite a bit when I'm on stage, so you might already know this part, but I will tell you guys, just for those who don't know, I wrote this song when I was sitting in I-4 traffic on my very long commute home from my job at the zoo. And I had recently caught feels real hard, like super hard, out of nowhere, for our drummer, Ethan. And it was not something that I had expected. It just happened. And it was just so natural and so, I guess, in the best way, overwhelming, that I had nothing else to think about, I guess, on this very long drive sitting in bumper to bumper traffic on the I-4. And I had wrote this song about how I didn't think that I was ever going to be ready so soon to fall in love again. And it's called Full Bloom. This is my favorite part. It's called Full Bloom because it's about the feeling of being uprooted and finally feeling your roots reach back into the ground to replant yourself and to feel like you're able to grow again. And that was something that I thought would take me much longer to get to that point. So this song is titled Full Bloom because it is about the feeling of being uprooted and not really feeling like you are yourself or you're in a place to grow. And then having those roots finally start reaching back into the ground where you are able to feel like you can grow again. And so that is why this song is called Full Bloom, because that's where I finally was when I started to write this song. So let's get to the lyrics. The first verse is, I wanted to get over you on my own until I saw it through. That's very self-explanatory, except a little fun fact was I had this very adamant goal that I was going to be single till 2020. This was spring 2019, and I was like, in no way, shape, or form ready to get back into a relationship. I was like, no way, I'm being single. I finally have the capability to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, wherever I want. And that was something very, very, very new for me after this super controlling and abusive relationship that I was in. So that was my promise to myself, on my own until I saw it through. The next lines are, it should have never been someone who crossed lines that neither of us ever drew. That's just basically explaining that, you know, I was betrayed by someone that I didn't think would ever do that to me. And I didn't think those lines had to be drawn. I thought that that was just self-explanatory, but apparently it wasn't. The next verse is, storms pass and soon new ones brew. I didn't want anyone until I grew. Love wasn't in sight, nowhere in my view, but my heart ran full speed right out of the blue. And that's kind of the shifting thing from where I was to who I was falling for. And like I said, I truly had no goal to be with anyone or to catch feels for anyone, but when Ethan had come into my life, I was just taken back by how wonderful I felt when I was around him, and how everything just felt so natural and so fluid and so healthy. So healthy. I really want to make that point adamant. So healthy. And so out of the blue, my heart ran full speed. So that's that lyric. The chorus comes in next, which was, you told me I overshowered you with love that you apparently outgrew, then said I needed to power through your loss because I'm in love with somebody new. That is basically, my ex-boyfriend was my best friend since I was 12, and when we had broken up, I had not figured out yet that he had cheated on me for a vast majority of our relationship. He basically convinced me that it was just because we were both so controlling and that our relationship was unhealthy and things like that. And he basically told me that I loved him too much. He said that I was always too much. And so that's kind of where that "you told me I overshowered you" came from. And with a love that you apparently outgrew, he had been chasing me since I was 12. Through every relationship I'd ever been in, through every state or country that I lived in, he always wanted to be with me and always tried to steal me away from whoever I was with and things like that. And it never worked, so he just kept trying and trying for the 11 years of our friendship. But by the time we were together and it was so terrible and so toxic, I think he had just realized that he outgrew his love for me, that it was more so an idealism, a dream that was not as real as he was hoping it was. Which is when I, tried to explain to him, there are things that we could do to make our relationship better if it wasn't so toxic and things like that. And he told me that I needed to power through and basically said, good luck, on my own, whatever. So then that chorus ends with "your loss because I'm in love with somebody new." And that is basically because time and time again, he always came back, changing his mind and stuff. And it's just not for me. Sorry, rip, missed your chance. The next verse is, "I know what I deserve and it's nothing like you. After all the bullshit you put me through." Here we go. "Teardrops turned into morning dew. Those showers bring flowers into full bloom." Those are the most important lyrics of the song. So the first two, explanatory. Teardrops turned into morning dew. Those showers bring flowers into full bloom. So that is talking about taking that trauma, taking those tears that I shed, or in anyone's case that you have shed through that pain, and making sure that those tears go to watering the growth of yourself. That if you are this flower who had been uprooted and yanked from the ground and controlled by someone else, and you finally are able to put your roots back in the ground again, you have to take your pain and nurture yourself from that, and to realize that any trauma that you've ever had, it can make you stronger if you let it. So those are my favorite lyrics in the song. The next part is my second favorite part of the song, I guess. I love it all. I love this song so much. And that is, "So leave me with my roots finally in the ground, filled up with feelings that I've never found, a vibrancy fluttering inside my chest, and a heartbeat that never takes a rest." And that is truly and solely all inspired by my partner, Ethan. I finally felt like my roots were growing, and I truly have to thank him a lot because he waters those daily. But he just filled me up with these feelings that I had never found before, that I wasn't expecting to find. And it was like this vibrancy, this big bright light of this warm light that just fluttered inside my chest like butterflies, but all the way through me. And it was a heartbeat that never takes a rest, So then it goes back into the chorus, and I just have to say, what's so very special about this song is that it was written in the beginning of when me and Ethan started dating. And I'm very, I don't know, I think if I were him, I might have been like a little scared away by such feels so quickly. But ironically, he had felt the same, if not tenfold, at the time, and was very, very excited that I had decided to write these things about him, which makes our performance when we play this live just so much stronger, because we get to play this song together. And that is probably my favorite part about being in the band with him, is playing this song. So next time you hear this song live or you see the music video, know this is where it came from, and it's from a place that is still growing and is still a part of our lives every day. So Yeah.